Beyond the familiar roads of Middle-earth, beyond the lands named in song and sealed in legend, there are regions Tolkien barely mapped. To the east of Mordor, to the far south beyond Harad, lie vast territories known more for implication than description. Into these half-known lands walk two figures, clothed not in white or gray, but in blue. They are mentioned only briefly in The Lord of the Rings. Their names are uncertain, their deeds are hidden, yet their mission may have been as vital as any undertaken in the War of the Ring. When Saruman speaks of the Order of the Wizards, the Astari, we are told there were 5. Curandir, the White, Mithrandir, the Grey, Radagast, the Brown, and 2 others who passed into the East and never returned. Tolkien offers no tales of their victories, nor records of their failures, only absence. In Unfinished Tales, Tolkien gives us fragments. The Blue Wizards arrived in Middle-earth around the year 1000 of the Third Age, sent by the Valar, the powers of the West. Their task was not to advise kings or rally free peoples in the lands we know. They were sent far from the centers of resistance, and to regions where Sauron's influence was already strong. In earlier writings, Tolkien names them Alatar and Palando. Palando is described as the friend of Alatar, suggesting that unlike Gandalf or Saruman, these two did not walk alone. They journeyed together into lands unknown. In later writings, Tolkien revises their names. He calls them Morenatar and Romestamo. These are Quenya names, and their meanings are deliberate. These are not the names of wanderers who vanished without purpose. They are titles of agents sent to wage a hidden war. The mission of the Blue Wizards was subtle and dangerous. They were not meant to confront Sauron directly, nor to challenge him in open war. They were sent to the east and south to weaken his influence before it could fully take hold. Their task was to disrupt, to divide, and to prevent the peoples of those lands from uniting under a single will devoted to Sauron. Tolkien later wrote that without their efforts, the forces opposing the West would have been far, far greater. The armies that never marched, the alliances that never formed, the reinforcements that never reached Mordor, these absences may have been the work of the Blue Wizards. Earlier notes suggest a darker fate. Tolkien at one point considered that they may have failed or even fallen into corruption, founding magical cults or seeking power of their own. However, in his later writings, Tolkien moves away from this idea. He states that the Blue Wizards did not fall like Saruman. Instead, they remained faithful to their mission, though their deeds went unrecorded in history. They raised no towers like Orthanc. They ruled no realms like Gondor. Their work was done in shadows, among people whose languages are never spoken in the Red Book, against evils that are never named. The Blue Wizards never returned to the West, not because they failed, but because their story did not intersect with the final chapters of the War of the Ring. Tolkien leaves them in the East deliberately. Middle-earth is not a closed world. Its fate is shaped as much by unseen struggles as by great battles and crowned kings. Victory does not always announce itself. Sometimes it is measured by what never happens. The Blue Wizards remain among Tolkien's greatest mysteries, not because he forgot them, but because he chose restraint. They stand as a reminder that Middle-earth is larger than its maps, and that some of the most important wars are far from the places where songs are sung. Their story survives only in fragments, and names half remembered, and in the silence left behind where darkness did not fully rise.